Oh. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Good evening, everyone. A humble welcome to all, and welcome to the day 3 of the 21-day meditation challenge hosted by South Australia. Hope the last 2 sessions have been enjoyable and meditatively rewarding. So today, we'll be learning a few more things to get to know ourselves, which has been the theme of this week. I would like to remind everyone, though, please, that feel free to stay back and ask questions at the end of the session, either on chat or live. We are here to help. So as we start the program for today, let me quickly invite my co-host for today, Richa, to join me. Hello, Richa.
Hello, Didi. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, Didi. You look beautiful and radiant as always.
Always. Oh, and how have you been? Busy day?
Yes, a little bit.
It's great to have you here. Now, Richa is obviously from Adelaide, and she's very recently moved to Adelaide and made herself very quickly part of our growing family, and opened our hearts to all. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Richa. What do you do as your job? How you got into Sahaj?
Hello everyone, and I am an IT consultant. And how do I get into Sahaj? I think I'm in Sahaj for almost now 10 years, I can say. It feels like
literally a kid.
Yeah, it's like still it feels like yesterday, but if I I can share my first experience, that how I came, like when I had a first meditation, like a lot of people has been introduced to Sahaj now. So when I been introduced to Sahaj the first time, as we have seen in the last 2 sessions, that we are asking for the experience of everyone, that how do they feel, whether they feel cold, they feel warm on the hands, how it is. With me, it didn't happen anything. Like I didn't feel on my first, when I had my self-realization, I didn't feel any of the cool breeze or the hot breeze. But I felt a very strong connection with mother's photograph. It was very deep, very loving, very strong connection, I can say. I still remember, and I'm still not able to express that feeling, what I had on that first day. But that was something so strong, so loving, so compassionate, that it helped me to grow further. And yes, of course, as we said, that we have to meditate every day. So when I continued it, then I had experienced what we are talking, we are looking for.
And that is what I was saying yesterday, and what Sangeeta was saying yesterday, that yes, everyone's experience is very different. Some can feel, I know my dad, because just like yourself, I think you were 13 or something when you came to Sahaja. I was the same. I was about 13 years old. And I remember a long time later, my dad telling me, because he was a radar engineer, a scientist, and you know, a lot of thinking, planning, and all those kind of things, and very critical about, or skeptical, not critical, but skeptical about it all. But then, you know, he started practicing and he started meditating, and he said it was nearly 3 months before he could feel the vibrations. So persevere, yes. And as you felt, you feel, and as with yourself, even though you didn't feel the vibrations, what you do feel is that, yes, it's, you know, that love or the compassion or the quietening of the attention or having a great sleep or just feeling nice in general, you know. So that
Yes.
is great. So now, I suppose while you were studying and doing your IT, it's a very intensive thinking, stressful kind of job. So how do you find, or do you find Sahaj useful in your day-to-day life, or do you use it in your work
Yeah, I think
atmosphere?
many people agree with me that, of course, IT jobs are unpredicted these days, and so is the other domains. But in when you are working, you see a lot of unexpected challenges that are coming in. You know, becoming like day-to-day basis now.
Of course, yeah.
So a lot of stress, I can say, unexpected situations when they arrive. So either you feel exhausted, overly stressed, at times you feel emotionally down. How Sahaj is helping me is that whenever any of this kind of situation arises, and if uh, if normally people try to say that, okay, calm yourself, you shouldn't be getting angry, you shouldn't be think positively, everything will be fine. It doesn't happen all the time. How much you can say yourself, but it doesn't came, you know, from your inside that line, it's going to be happen. But when you meditate, whether you're overly exhausted, you're emotionally down, it takes this meditation takes you in present. It brings you in that moment. It brings you in that balanced state. And the moment you are in that balanced state, you become peaceful. And trust me, you become more productive what you were, you know, before. So I think that has really helped me in day-to-day activities, that I become more balanced, more, I would say, creative, and more productive in my work. So that's how it helped.
Fantastic. That's really great. Yes, and that is absolutely um, uh, a great way of using that. I suppose, as you were saying, when we do say, oh, don't stress and that, it's kind of like using your mind to control your mind. But here it's something innate that is automatically establishing that inner beauty that we have, or inner characters that we have. And I suppose that takes me to what Sangeeta was saying yesterday, that therefore the regular meditation is very important to keep that connection established, to strengthen it, to kind of quieten that hectic brain, to achieve what I suppose the theme of our presentation, for overall presentation for the 21 days is, which is to get freedom from thoughts, you know. And I think that meditation also, I suppose, it leads us to discover, to nourish, to enhance that inner beauty within. I suppose, for example, and I think our presenter today will kind of touch on a little bit of that, and then over the next few days we start talking about our energy centers. And so these these energy centers have innate qualities within ourselves. So for example, the humility and compassion, they're innate to us within our subtle system, but due to external factors, due to our experiences, due to circumstances, they might get kind of overshadowed, say by aggression, anger, irritation, or feeling upset or kind of depressed, or it can be, again, depends upon where we are. Again, something that Sophia will be touching on today. So what Sahaja Yoga does, or with the meditation practice, is that it allows that innate compassion and that innate humility to blossom and manifest in our characters, in our day-to-day life, and to utilize it in our day-to-day life. So yes, and a great journey. Again, keep an open mind through the 21 days. Please keep, attending, persevering. Yeah, now, before I forget, the jacarandas that you see behind as our backdrops, they're from Adelaide. So the photo is actually the jacaranda flowers are from Adelaide. So someone had taken that, had it until it. So it's beautiful. And we do have streets and streets full of them, and they look absolutely amazing when they blossom. So now for today, we have two presenters and a special guest today. Puneet, as a presenter, will be joining us later in the evening to talk to us about using natural elements to help balance our system, just introducing a couple of Sahaj techniques that we use for that. Without further ado, I'd like to actually invite our lead for today, who is Sophia, and our special guest, Teresa, to join us now. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Richard, you want to stay on? Please. So we'll just wait for Teresa to come on. She'll be coming. So Sophia is our presenter today. Here we go. So Teresa, hello.
Hi, Rita. Good
How
evening.
are you?
Good,
Thank you, both of you, for being here and being part of this program. Now, going with you, Teresa, first, you are going to do some live singing for us today.
Yes, later on this evening after the program, I'd like to sing a couple of songs live. Yes.
Fantastic. Now, we've known Teresa, and Sophia used to be in Adelaide. She's now living in Melbourne. And Puneet will be joining us as the same. He used to live in Adelaide and now resides in Melbourne. So they're both joining us from Melbourne today as ex-Adelaidean. And we've known Teresa for a while. So Teresa, if you wouldn't mind sharing how you kind of came to Sahaj, or what kind of, or your experience, I suppose, to start with.
Yep, more than happy to. Well, I got my realisation, and I've been practicing for about 27 years. Tony, who presented on Monday night, he's my husband. So my first experience was just inner peace, and it was actually very peaceful and really comforting. I didn't feel the cool breeze, or if anything, I probably felt heat. And of course, because I had some blockages in my chakras, and especially the Nabi chakra, which was the third energy center, which I'm sure we'll go through and teach everyone about the energy centers. It was actually pretty blocked, and it was pretty hot. It was that, and it was throbbing, and I actually had to go and put it under cold water. So of course I knew that, that energy center I really needed to work on, and that was in the very early days. And then of course it got easier for me, because then we started Tony started doing the New People's program at our house. So of course my spiritual journey began, of self-discovery, and it's been, a really beautiful experience, a journey of spiritual growth, a journey that sort of took me closer and closer to my inner being, and that's what Sahaj, my true self, and that's what Sahaja Yoga is all about, day by day. And, obviously it wouldn't have happened if I didn't meditate and introspect as well. And it was just beautiful, because then, even when I was washing the dishes through meditation, I was, really able to introspect while I was doing the dishes, and it was just, light bulb moments and whatever. So it's been like a blossoming flower of my inner being. So I realized to keep that peace and bliss within my spirit, and to nourish my spirit as well, and to maintain it, I needed to meditate on a daily basis. So, and to sort of live that beautiful, blissful life that Shri Mataji also talks about, and being, an enlightened soul. I'll be honest with you, after 3 years that 3 years or so that we were in, I got my realization in Sahaja Yoga. Then we had children, so I had my first child, and then that was really difficult. It was really hard to meditate. So things become a bit more complicated. So I had to try and find that time. When the kids were having a little, depending from when they were born, you had to find that. I found that right time for me to meditate. So it did get really tricky. And really, really stressful, because life's, as we know, it's an ongoing battle. So I realised that also, and to be able to help others, I needed to help myself and to stay balanced and really grounded. So like I said, we all sort of get lost, and it's human nature, and get disturbed at times and depressed and all that sort of stuff. But this is where Sahaja Yoga comes into it, and it really saved me, actually.
That's right. And that's part of
as well,
yeah.
and coming from a dysfunctional family as well. That's why my nabi finger sort of went. So it's, for me, meditation was that was my medication.
Yeah.
So I was actually able to pull myself back up like a spring, So I'm ever so grateful that.
And I think that's part of what I suppose what Teresa is talking about is some of the stuff that we'll be covering today, is that what Sophia will be taking us through is talking about the energy channels, or how they affect, or how we decipher what we are feeling and things like that. I think part of that journey, as Teresa was saying, when she was doing the dishes and things like that, she would think it's one of the exercises that tomorrow I was going to introduce, but now it's been preemptive today. But we'll still keep it as an exercise for tomorrow. Is that, again, through the day, just keeping your being aware of what is happening with your attention, where it's going, or even if you're reacting to someone, again, can you just bring it back within yourself and stuff like that. So that's something that we'll be practicing as part of the exercise over the next few weeks. But yes, it is an absolutely amazing technique that we can then use to, as Richard was saying, and Teresa, is to use that in our day-to-day life to keep us kind of centered. Now, and so also, I think part of knowing Teresa, part of that journey and path that she took as she grew and established in her meditation and herself and her inner journey, she also then started to learn music. And so we were there right from the start, and she took her first lesson, did her first presentation to today, which has been an amazing growth. And now you do presentation for Radio Italia, and you do lots of gigs, don't you?
Yes, for Radio Italiana. So I'm very passionate about my Italian. We're both Tanya and I are from Italian background, and we both come from down south. So I'm very passionate about that. But I have an extensive repertoire of genres, including the Italian traditional and contemporary, ballads, old favourites, and I've also clubs, fundraising events, aged care facilities, weddings, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm very passionate about music, and I enjoy inspiring and spreading the love of music with others.
Beautiful. And we look forward to that this evening. Thank you so much, Teresa, for being here. So Sophia, it's your turn now. So thank you again for doing the presentation. I know it's been it's again, like Sangeeta, this is Sophia's first time on screen during the presentation for us. So if you don't mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself, please.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. It's a privilege, absolute privilege. I have been meditating for more than 15 years now. So the way I came through into meditation was I was traveling. I was going for my university exams, and was just a young girl trying to understand what I wanted to do. And I was just traveling on the train very stressed about my exam, which I was about to go and give. And on the way where my seat was on the train, I just saw these beautiful, vibrant girls, almost my age or maybe 1 or 2 years older than me. And they were just so happy and vibrant. And I just thought that, and I was a seeker, and I just thought, what is it that makes them so happy? And I want to be like them. And then they were like, uh, over the course of period, I came to know that this is what they do. And then I got my realization on the train, and they said, why don't you, when you come back, just come over. And that's what I did exactly. I was waiting when my exams get over, I go back, and then I just went, and then they introduced me to Sahaja, and it's been an amazing journey since then. So
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. And I suppose that brings us to another point that we always say is that, this we talk about Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja is that spontaneous. Yoga is union with the divine. So we're talking about vibrations. We're talking about energy. We're talking about cosmos that is present everywhere all the time with every breath we take. So the meditation, it doesn't matter where you are. It's once you've got that realization, once that spark has triggered the awakening of your kundalini, of the energy within you, you can go in meditation anywhere, because it's just that matter of attention, of internalizing attention, the connection with the spirit, staying in that thoughtless state where you're then always in connection with with that energy. So it doesn't have to be just that 5 minutes you're sitting for meditation, or that 10 minutes. It can be a continuous kind of process where you're always aware of that, your own vibrations, your own aura, but the vibrations around you, the vibrations, within and without, is what we say. So I think what we might do, without further ado, Sophia, is give the floor to you. And if you can just tell us what you'll be doing today, and continue from there. Looking forward to the meditation. Thank you. Thanks, Richard.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Teresa. We'll see you again at the end.
Thank you.
So hello everyone. Like we've introduced, I'm Sophia, and what the topic we're talking about today is balance within. Now, what does balance within mean, and how do we achieve it? So we did learn about our subtle system yesterday, so we're just going to talk about that, and then we'll talk about the techniques of how do we get that balance within us. So as we learned yesterday, that we do in our subtle system, we do have three channels inside a subtle system. So if the tech team can please just put that slide, that would be awesome. So one is the left channel, the other one is the right channel, and then in the center. So when we are saying that we're trying to have a balance within, what does it mean is that how do we attain that, and what are the things which can cause imbalances in us? So imbalances can be due to many reasons, due to the environment we have, the place we are in. It can be work-related stress. It can be that some of us are students and we're really stressing about our studies. Some of us are single parents. Some of us have very hectic jobs, troubles at work, work conflict. We can be medical professionals or students, and so it can be various stages of our lives as well. So this can create a lot of imbalance in our body or in the subtle system. Now, when you're thinking, so the left, if you see here, there are three channels. One is the left channel, the other is the right channel, and then one is the third one is the center one. Now, what left channel represents is it can be due to anyone who is very emotional, or they have excessive desires, or they think a lot about the past, where they think that they regret about the past decisions, and then sometimes we think, oh, I wish I could go back in time and fix that, or we might have some guilt about the decisions we have made in the past. or it can also be because we are sick or we are emotionally a bit tired. So all this worrying, all this stresses, it makes our left channel weak. So that is the reason why we might feel that we're feeling a bit imbalanced on the left side. On the other hand, if we are someone who's always running around, we are overactive, always thinking, planning ahead, or we are the person who want that we get really upset if things doesn't go our way of what we have planned to do. So that's why then we trouble ourselves, and that is how you imbalance your right channel. So right channel is called as the channel of action. So it gets imbalanced by these all kind of hyperactivities. Now, what is the goal um, of a human life, or what do we want to achieve? We want to achieve is that we need to remain in the central channel. So when you say here from Kundalini, where the sacrum bone is, until up you go, you see multicolors, which is the Sahasrara. That channel is the central channel through which actually the Kundalini rises. So that is our motto every time to achieve, to balance the left and right and try to be in the center. So that should be the goal of a human life, that you should have a balanced life. So imagine a situation where, like you get up one day in the morning and you don't have any anxieties of future, or you're not having any guilt of the past. So in that scenario, what would happen is you would only think about the present, and you will only live in that present moment. And I think 90% of our problems would just disappear. And we would be like, oh, I already feel so relaxed. So now, obviously, when we talk about this, the theory part of it is very, very easy to say, but it's definitely easier said than done. So that is the place where Sahaja Yoga plays this absolute beautiful role in our life. The founder of this meditation, which we have talked about so many times in the past 2 days, Shri Mataji Devi, she gave us incredible, easiest ways of 3 steps to balance our subtle system. And you know, it's very simple, very effective techniques. But yes, it's easy to do. But over and over years of practice, we get more and more better into it. So so that is what now today I'll try and show you that what is the process and how do we do that. So what I would request that let us all sit down in a comfortable position. So if you are sitting on the floor or on the chair, and just be comfortable, keep your shoulders up and straight. And what we will do is, as it was described yesterday, we will raise our Kundalini, and then we will take our Bandhan. Now, before we do that, I'll just like to reiterate of what does it mean? What does raising Kundalini means? So like we were showing in the diagram, the Kundalini is the mother energy which sits in our sacrum bone. And when we say that we raise the Kundalini, what we are trying to do is basically requesting that mother energy to come up and come on the top of our head. So when we say raise Kundalini, what it means is that we just request that energy to please rise and please nourish our channels and every cell of the body. And then the second step, what we do is we take Bandhan. So what does Bandhan mean now? So everybody is born with this Kundalini energy, and when we are requesting that energy to rise, once we rise that by raising the Kundalini, what we do is use that energy, and we make a protection against us. And we do it 7 times because there are 7 energy centers in our body. So what we're doing is essentially the whole of our energy, which is there, we're just raising it, and then we are protecting ourselves. So we're forming an aura around ourselves so that we are well protected. And that gives you a balance immediately of your energy. And then we will start a meditation. So I hope everybody is seated. Please make sure if you're sitting on a chair, your feet is touching the ground. And sit comfortably, and we will play a video of Shri Mataji where she will show us how to raise the Kundalini and how to take a bandhan, and we will just follow that.
Hand has to be put in front like that, and the right hand is to be turned in a clockwise manner. Let's do it like that. You start moving it up, take it up like this, take it up, push back your head and loosen your shoulders and give it a twist. Now you tighten up there. One. You'll see the result just now, the proof of it. Now again do it. Take it up, push back, give another tighten. Now the third one has to be 3 times you have to tighten. Again do it. It's very simple. Everybody can do it. 1, 2, and 3. Now you see, you'll feel it more. Like this, and give a kind of a protection to your aura. Now 1, this one protection to the 7 centers, so 7. Then 2, then again the 3, then the 4, then the 5, all the centers, then to the 6, and then to the 7.
We'll keep our eyes closed. And we will raise, please raise both your hands at the level of your heart. And with a very open mind, without making any judgments, just feel the vibrations on your hand. Just slowly breathe in, breathe out, and try to feel what are your hands telling you. Okay. Now keeping it back on your lap, we will start with the left side meditation. So if we can have the left side chart, please. So what we do is keep your left hand on the lap with the palm facing up, and your right side, the right hand on the ground. And if you're on a chair, then just pointing towards the ground. Now we pray with a full heart. Mother Kundalini, please clear my left channel. And please move any imbalances to the Mother Earth. Please take away all my guilt, lethargy, excessive emotions, all the impure desires, and please move it to Mother Earth. Mother, please bring my left channel in balance. Now slowly we will bring our right hand back on our lap. Uh, Keeping our right hand on the lap, please move your left palm towards ether. So we will clear our right channel. The palm should face ether and the left palm should face towards the sky. And here we pray, Mother Kundalini, please help me to clear my right channel. Please take away all excessive heat, all imbalance, hyperactivity, all the futuristic plannings, and the extra heat from my right channel. And please dissipate into the ether medium. Oh Mother, please rise and clean and clear my right channel. We can bring our hands back on our lap. Now putting our attention to the center channel. Say, please clear my central channel and help me to be in the present all the time. Please help me to establish my self-realization. Keeping ourselves in this meditative state, we will listen to a very short talk from Shri Mataji, who is the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation.
So here what happens that when the Kundalini rises, when she goes to the Agya Chakra, which represents, as you say, the third eye, whatever you may call it, it is between the optic chiasma and it looks after the pituitary and the pineal body. And as a result, we have developed two institutions called ego and superego. The ego is the one which tells us, I have done it, I am doing this. both these institutions are sucked in by the enlightenment of this center. And that's how the thing opens out. And all your karmas are sucked in. So there's no problem of karmas. Only human beings think that they are doing karmas. Animals don't. They have no sense of sin or anything. They are completely under the bondage of God. So in Sanskrit they are called as Pashu, means under the bondage. But we are the ones who have got freedom. That's why we think that we have done this and we have done that. We should not do this, we should not do that. But when the Kundalini rises and she awakens the center, then both these things are sucked in. And when they are sucked in, then you do not do any karmas anymore. You just are in a karma. You do everything. I mean, I travel, such a lot, and I have a family, and everything is there. But it's just happening. I'm just seeing it. I'm not doing anything as such. So when you are also awakened, there's no obligation. It's just happening. It is so. Is here where we should understand this center is bestowed upon by the great life of Christ. Christ is there. And they said that he died for our sins, died for our karmas, is a fact. Because when he is awakened, these two institutions are pulled inside. And you get your Kundalini out there. It opens out. And this bone, which had been calcified, opens out. And the Kundalini pierces through. And this is what it is that he died for our sins. But still the theory is extended that we must suffer. Why should we suffer? He has suffered for us already. And is already written by Thomas, who was traveling to India via Egypt, where he wrote the treatise, and he said that why should we suffer? Christ has already suffered for us. And he's talked everything about Sahaja Yoga. He said it is an experience of self-realization and everything. And that book now is out in England. After 48 years, they could decode the whole thing, which was found about 48 years back in Egypt. And is out now, and is beautiful. Gnostics is the name of the book. But is not so much appreciated by some of the people because it challenges the theories of sufferings and confessions and all this nonsense.
Awaken the Kundalini at will.
Me or you? You cannot awaken yourself. You see, you have to have one enlightened candle to enlighten another candle. This candle, which is not enlightened, cannot enlighten itself. But there's no obligation. But you can correct. Once it is awakened, you can correct it, you can develop it. First, only few hair-like strands of this energy come up and open the fontanelle bone area. And then this flow of Ru starts flowing on you, and it relaxes more of the centers. So more of these strands start coming up. So you can develop it at your will by understanding it. But you cannot enlighten yourself by yourself.
When she meditates, she has great difficulty in maintaining total awareness. Why is this difficult?
Because it's not Sahaja meditation. All other meditations are artificial. You are in meditation when you are in Sahaja. Unless and until Kundalini is awakened and you are one with the divine power, still thinking all the time. How can you stop thinking? There is one thought that rises and another thought that falls off. Again another thought comes up and it falls off. It goes on like this, and we are dancing on the cusp of these thoughts. In between the thought there's a little space called as vilamba, is the present. Either we are in the past or in the future. But that is only possible when the Kundalini comes up, then these thoughts become more lean and there's a bigger space left and you remain in thoughtless awareness. And that is how it works out. That's in a meditative mood you are all the time. You don't have to meditate because you are in thoughtless awareness. As soon as you see something extremely beautiful, extremely joy-giving, or a personality who is a realized soul, or anything that's so righteous and good, immediately become thoughtless. Immediately. It happens. You don't have to do it. Don't have to be in meditation, you just become. I've seen these days there are many children who are born, who are realized souls. And just I've seen them sitting before me, just sitting, not moving, nothing, just in meditation. Your pupils dilate and you start feeling the cool breeze in your hand. Even if you meet someone, it happens, if he's a realized soul. It's very interesting. There was a poet in India who was himself a tailor, and he went to see somebody who was a potter. Both were realized souls. And the potter was busy with his clay, you see, trampling it with his feet. When he saw this tailor, saw this potter, he looked at him, went into thoughtless awareness. And he said that, the poetry is so beautiful, he says, I came to see the nirguna, meaning the formless, that is the vibrations, I came to see that. But that is in person here. Such appreciation is not possible unless and until you are a realized soul. We always see the defects of a person. But such a deep appreciation of another personality is only possible when you are a realized soul. And then you are amazed how you are surrounded by such beautiful people.
We'll sit in a bit of silent meditation and just watch where is your energy. If you like, you can move your hands from the bottom to the top and try to bring it on top of your head. 3 times. Let's now take the bandhan again. We do 1 knot. And then 2 knots. And the third one. We tie 3 times. And then take bandhan.
Thank you very much, Sophia. What a wealth of information. Amazing meditation. Thank you. Now, thank you so much. Just hang in there for 1 second. I'm just going to pin. Now, welcome to Puneet, everyone. Puneet is going to be our presenter on Saturday and talking today to us about using some elements that he'll be doing the session on Saturday with. So just as an introduction, a quick introduction of things that you will require on Saturday to give you a couple of days to prepare for them. The floor is all yours, Puneet. We'll come back again after.
Sure. Thank you, Didi. Hello, everybody. And speaking of nature and natural elements, I realize I don't have the beautiful jacaranda background. I'll work that out before Saturday. And so as my lovely sister just mentioned about the natural elements in the session on Saturday that we'll be doing, the reason I'm dropping in today is to share a list of housekeeping, just a couple of points, and in terms of what you'll be needing to be able to have a better meditation experience on Saturday. You might recall Sophia mentioned a few words when we were going through the balancing exercise. She mentioned Mother Earth, ether, sky, fire. So, all those things are the 5 elements of nature. And we as humans are no different. We are made up from them. So when we unite and connect with the elements of nature, the meditation experience increases. It gets better. It gets more solid, whatever it works for you. And I'll be able to explain that in more detail when we meet again on Saturday as to what that means and how's that worked out for me. But I'll show you quickly what I would love for you to bring along on Saturday. What you see here is a plastic tub. This is like a Kohl's plastic tub or a Kmart, Big W, wherever you can get access to. And ideally, this should be dedicated to this exercise to cleanse our subtle system. And ideally, we shouldn't be using this tub for anything else. So if you can manage to get a tub, something like that in the photograph, or a round tub, either that works for you. Salt, we'll be needing salt. Just your normal cooking table salt is fine for on the day. Another tumbler of water just to use on the day with clean water, because once we cleanse our subtle system by dipping our feet in the water, we will need to pour some water. And then a cloth. Please bring along a cloth to dry your feet afterwards. And also a candle. We will be utilizing the fire element as well, combining this experience with the whole 5 elements of the nature. So tub, water, just room temperature water will be fine in the tub. A small tumbler or a mug with a little bit of more water, just to rinse your feet after. Some salt, cloth to dry your feet, and a candle, matchstick, or a lighter to use the fire element as well. And then I'll be able to explain how we combine them and use them to strengthen our meditation experience. So that's all, and looking forward to see you on Saturday. Thank you. I'll pass it on back to Sophia or Rita Didi.
Thank you very much. So that is a very, very strong, a very good cleansing technique that we can use. And as Puneet was saying, it is something that when we are using the elements, it's kind of using the same frequency. So the frequency of the water or the earth element is what's helping our own system and our own vibrations kind of sink into that and help to balance ourselves. But I think, I don't know where Teresa and Sophia have gone, but if you could please come back on. If anyone has any questions, I think, Richard, did you want to go through with that little experiment results that if people wanted to mention?
Yes, if I can request everyone, just have both the hands again, if you can have till at your heart level. And just close your eyes for a minute. Take a deep breath. And just try to feel the vibrations. We don't have to concentrate, we have to just check if at all there is something. Thank you, everyone. And so you can record this experience. You can check with yourself that what Sophia was mentioning during the meditation, how you felt that point of time and how you felt now. You can record it for yourself, or if you can want to let us know about it, you can put it on the chat. Also, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to let us know. But this is the feeling that you need to keep a record for yourself, that how do you felt while doing that meditation. So I think that's all from my end, and I think we are moving further for the session with Teresa.
Absolutely, yes. And as Richard was saying, the main thing is to see that difference, and we hope that from the start, the first time when Sophia started with the meditation and asked you to feel it, to now you would have felt a bit of difference, so that if it was feeling heavier or tingly, it would have gone a bit lighter, it would have gone a bit cooler, or at least the tingling, would have gone. So that's what we hope. Yeah, and hopefully as we work through the next few weeks, that change and difference will intensify a little bit more. Just a couple of housekeeping stuff just to remember. Please to join the WhatsApp group if you've joined us for the first time or seeing us on YouTube, which is through the www.freemeditation.com.au/Jan 2023. So if you type that on, all our old, so yes, please to join the WhatsApp group, so that if you do have any questions, then you can post it in the WhatsApp group. We can kind of get some mentors for you if you want some one-on-one kind of help needed. But otherwise, if you've missed the sessions or you want to go back and revisit some meditations, you can always go down on the same page. The resources are all there. So under week 1, as we go through, all of them will be uploaded up there. And further on, once it's finished, you'll have more resources put on there as music and things like that. So we've had a couple of feedbacks going that it was, yes, they felt some very cool vibrations, which is fantastic. And yes, just a few thank yous, and thank you for wonderful feelings. So yeah, thank you, Sophia, and thank you, Richa. Sophia, it was an absolutely wonderful program, great meditation, wealth of knowledge as usual. So we will give the floor to Teresa to take us through the rest of the evening. So what I would suggest is, again, just keep your hands on, keep your attention, as we did yesterday with Nick. We said the vibrations with live music kind of take us to a different level again of meditation. So again, through music, we are feeling that vibrations, we are feeling that energy of the what we call it ragas, the notes, that are being played, that gel with the same frequency of our energy centers and things like that. So please stay in meditation, just keeping your hands out, attention on top of your head, and enjoy the rest of the evening meditation. Thank you very much for your presence here. Thank you, Teresa. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Namaste. I hope you enjoy. Just try and keep your attention above the top of your head. If you get any thoughts, just say not this thought, and just close your eyes and just enjoy and be in the present moment. Thank you. Sorry, just some technical issues here.
Battery 50%.
Oops. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Thank you, and I'd like to do another
Incredible.
song tonight. The second song is called I Am Light, and I really love this song from India Ari, that this song really reflects the realization of self-realization that it gives one, and it gives us a deeper consciousness of our awareness, which is our spirit, and I really absolutely love this song. So if I may, I can do this other song for you all. Just give me a moment. I am light, I am I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is light. Oh, is whole light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light, yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light, am light.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Oh my God, that was just absolutely heavenly. Absolutely, yes, divine, speechless. It was very nice. We have had some really, yes, beautiful, beautiful.
Sure, it's opened everybody's hearts, and I'd like to thank you all, the team this evening, that have once again have done an incredible job, and thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your hearts and love to the world, and of course to the technical team. Thank you, thank you,
Absolutely,
thank
yes.
you. Without my fun, I wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you very much.
Now we will be seeing you a couple of times again, once next week and once the week after. So looking forward to those sessions again. Thank you everyone for your presence here, and hope you've had a lovely time and a great meditation today with all of us. We will see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye.